Welcome to our Wednesday team call. So earlier this week, I asked you guys, judgment-free, what are you struggling with right now in your businesses? And there was a lot of things, but one of the common threads or trends that I saw in that thread was you don't know what to post. You don't know the content. Some of you were curious on like, how do you get pictures of yourself? How do you post every single day on like different topics and things? And so I don't want to tell you what to do. I'm going to have us create something, because if you've been around for a little bit, you've seen that for a while, Dee, Katie, and I were putting together posting calendars. And we did it in March, April, May, June, I want to say July as well. And while that's great, it is not specific to you and your journey. And I feel like with posting and the way that I want you guys to post, I want us to be like lifestyle brands and coaches and whatnot. And so I want to teach you how to do this so that you don't have to rely on us to do it. You can actually do it yourself. So jumping right in, and I do want you guys to take notes. We're going to be going over how to create a posting plan first, and then all of the photo stuff. So lighting tips, apps, how to take pictures, something, all of those things. But first, you can create a posting plan either by a week. So like on Sundays, you can sit down, or Wednesdays, you can sit down and plan out your content for the week, or you could do it for the month. I do like monthly because you just get it over with. It does take some time to plan out what you want to post, but if you have it all done and ready for you for the month, then you're good to go. The only downside I see to that is things pop up during the month, right? Like I just found out that next week I have to go to Connecticut, and all of these other things. So if you do it weekly, you're able to add in those lifestyle things. But either way, today we're just going to kind of think of a couple things that whether you do it by week or month, you should include in your posting plan. So write this down. First is fun stuff. So I just found a website last night that is called nationaltoday.com, and it is all of the national days. So, like National Wine Day and National Black Dog Day was actually October 1st, and National Boyfriend Day and National Tequila Day, all of these things, right? And so I want us to start thinking in advance of, okay, so for next week, let me pull up my calendar. Right now, when we're recording this, it's October 16th. So no, October 20th to 26th, if we're just doing a week. What are the national holidays? And you don't have, and these are silly, right? They're not like actually national holidays. And even on that nationaltoday.com website, there are multiple per day. Like October 1st, there's like 5 things mentioned. So just go through, if anything speaks to you. Like I actually wish I would have done this earlier in the month, because one of my target markets and my brand is all about emotional eating. And there was National Obesity Day, National Plus Size Day, also National Pet Obesity Day, and my cat is very overweight. So little things like that. So just pick and choose. Now you only really want to choose like 1 or 2, really probably just one of these, but just get your mind thinking of like, okay, what can I plan ahead for? Number 2, the second thing that you're going to incorporate in your weekly posting plan is lifestyle. So now we're going to think, okay, it's October 20th to 26th. What do I have going on? Are you going home for the weekend or visiting someone for the weekend? Do you have a wedding that you're going to? Are you about to run in a race, a 5K or 10K, a marathon? Are you baking for a party that you're going to? Or have you just been looking forward to baking cookies all week long? So think of what things are going on in your life that you can post about. So nothing serious. It can be serious for sure, but also just, taking your kids to the park and things like that, whatever plans you have. Number 3 is your journey. And I think really that this is where you guys get stuck. The first 2 things I want to show you guys, like posting doesn't need to be intense and content all of the time. It should be more lifestyle, but you are running a business. And so we have to share our journey. And I'm going to teach you an effective way to do that. So with your journey, there's lots of different parts of your journey. There's coaching and challenge groups, but even part of that, or within that, there's your own personal goals and your own personal struggles and things like that. And so just to get you started on this, I want you guys to write down 5 things that you like about coaching. It can be anything. Just to give you some of mine, I love the community. I also love it, the accountability. This is also for the wellness group, but I signed up as a coach so that I wouldn't lose my progress and I would keep showing up for myself. So I really love that coaching holds me accountable. I obviously love the free trips, and now I earn all of them every single year. I also love the income. I definitely signed up for the income, and I've worked hard enough to be able to create a solid income out of this. So and that was four. So but just think about things that you like and write them down. While you're doing that, think of also five things that you like about the wellness community. Okay, so for me, again, accountability has been a huge one for me. Community, because for me, I used to live on my fitness pal. I would not only enter all of my calories that I burned and the calories that I ate every day, but there was like a community feature. It actually is kind of like the Facebook feed where you could post stuff. And I remember just scrolling through and trying to interact with all of those people. I loved the community there. But now it's even better on Facebook, and with coaching, you get to actually meet these people and whatnot. So I love the community of it. I love that I've been able to continue to work through all of my goals and struggles and things like that. So write down things that you like about the community. Also, if you're a part of Fit Squad Nation, we're now doing bi-weekly calls just as check-ins, and we're doing right now hashtag last 90 days like Rachel Hollis is doing. So we're checking in on that. So it can be like uplifting fun things. You can even be, maybe you love that your group does a Tasty Tuesday every Tuesday because you hate cooking and you get so many good recipes, ideas that you are good for the week that you just add them in. So think of those things. And then I want you guys to think of your own journey. What successes have you had? And you might not be at your after photo yet. In fact, now, anytime I'm sharing like a before and after, I always say before and during, because I feel like it's always during, right? Like once it's an after, then we're going to start a new goal. So I always say before and during. You guys have accomplished so much already. Even if today is day one of you signing up as a coach, you signed up to coach. You stepped outside of your comfort zone and you decided that you wanted to pursue something. But so talk about your successes and things that you've overcome. And I don't mean talk about, just write down all of those things. So right now, so far, you just have a whole list of national days that you want to highlight, really one a week, or again, if you're planning for the month, choose 4. Also, lifestyle things that you have going on, thinking in advance. And now, things that you like about coaching, things that you like about your wellness community, and also your own journey and what you're proud of. Now, but how do we take those last few things about coaching and the wellness group and your journey and share them in an effective way on social media? First, I like to use, I feel like there's a name for this, but I like to use the model that is 4 steps. Step number 1, talk about a past habit or behavior or thing in your life. Step 2, say how it made you feel. Step 3, what did you do about it? And step 3 is where you are sharing those things that you're proud of and coaching and whatnot. Step 4, how do you feel now? Okay. So just to give you guys an idea, and write down a whole list of things. You could even write it on a piece of paper and have like 4 different columns. One column is behaviors, things you used to do, things you used to feel, or not feel, sorry, not behaviors you used to have, habits, anything like that. People used to surround yourself with, thoughts that you had about your own body. So column 2, all the different feelings that you used to feel back in the day and even yesterday, what you did about it, all the different things that you've done. You have signed up to be a wellness coach. You have prioritized your own fitness. You have committed to a 6-week or 100-day challenge. You have started eating more veggies. You have started prioritizing water more. You surrounded yourself with new friends and like a fit family. Hold you accountable. You've done all of these things. And then a list of things of how you feel now. On a good day, are you feeling motivated, empowered, like a badass, inspired, positive, anything like that? And obviously, how you feel now should be better than the how you felt back in the day. And I'm not saying that you never were happy and you were like so unhappy and miserable and not reaching your goals or anything like that in the past, but we're trying to show your followers your transformation. So once you have that list, then you can kind of like connect the dots of like, okay, I remember that one thing I used to do was log into my fitness pal, right? And so I'd circle that. How did that make me feel? It made me feel super obsessive. It made me feel like I was addicted to the scale. It made me feel like I was always focused on numbers. I was always calculating numbers in my head, and I hated it. So what did I do about it? I broke up with the app, right? I broke up with the app, and I started trusting my gut and my body to tell me when I was hungry, and I actually started to eat more. And now I feel amazing. I don't judge myself when I decide to eat chocolate or when I go above and beyond whatever my meal plan says. And that's it. That's literally a post. If you want, you can add in a call to action. I would recommend doing this only like one time a week, because as soon as you say something, it's like, do you need help with this transformation? Let's do this thing. Anything like that, people are going to be like, she's going to sell me something. So that's why 9 times out of 10, I do not do a call to action. I just share my journey, and I share my before and throughout, and anything that I think can add a value. Sometimes if you want, you can throw in some tips like, this is how I did it. Number 1, I started drinking more water. Number 2, I used to have a heart rate monitor, and I got rid of it because I saw like I was basing everything off of the calorie burn and the heart rate and all of that. And so I broke up with my heart rate monitor. So if you want, you can go a little bit deeper and add some tips, but that can be the basis of each post, and then take it from there with anything else that you want to add or ways that you want to tweak it. You're going to get more comfortable with posting about your journey in this way. So every post doesn't have to be past how you felt, this is what you did, and now, but it's a really, really effective way to share, especially things like about the coaching opportunity and your wellness community. Okay. Now, last but not least, so number 4, the 4th type of post that you can incorporate, because we don't want to always talk about our journey. So we've got fun stuff, we've got lifestyle stuff, we've got our business and health journey stuff. 4 is think about your brand. Think about what you want to share. So I love quotes. I love funny quotes and Target quotes and wine quotes, but also motivating quotes. And so for me, I post quotes, and so does Coleus here on this call. I think it's like 6 posts I share a quote. I know Leanne on our team loves sunsets. That's her jam. It's even in her bio, I think, that she loves sunsets. So maybe she posts sunsets, once a week, or chocolate, if chocolate's your thing. Or another thing I try and tap into is emotional eating, and I need to get better at this, but I should add a tip for emotional eating. Also know that you don't have to be the expert. There's a book, I'm going to forget the name. It's by Brendon Burchard. But basically, he says, write down 5 things that you know about a successful relationship, about having a relationship. And if you're in a relationship, obviously, you can then put those 5 things together. You're not a relationship expert. You're not a matchmaker. You're not anything. But you know that for you, what works in your relationship is good communication. It's also maybe giving yourself space and having different activities to do. All these things. That's a post. Like, share value in that way. So if you prioritize relationships and you want that to be part of your brand, post about that. So you don't need to be an expert. There's also Google. I told you guys once I like wine, and so I wanted to post something about it, and I'm like, I don't know what to post about wine, and so I Googled fun facts about wine, and I did that. So don't feel like you need to know all this, just Google it. So that's the 4th thing, your brand. So that is how you're going to create your posting plan. Again, you choose either by week or by month, but make sure that it's fun stuff, lifestyle, your journey, and something for your brand. Okay. And your journey with that 3rd one should take up 2 to 3 posts. And then you have 3 others for the rest of the week. Okay. So there's your content. I have a saved collection on Instagram called Post Ideas. So there will be days where you're not motivated. There's going to be a day, I guarantee, that you say, okay, on Tuesday, I'm going to post Transformation Tuesday and share how far I've come and how great I feel. And you're going to wake up Tuesday morning, you're going to be like, this is the worst day ever, like not inspired, and you just don't want to do that post. 2 things that you can do. 1, don't do the post. I think the cool thing about posting and the successful way to post on Instagram is talk about what you're going through. People they don't want to see the highlight reel. I swear, the posts that I do where I'm like, that workout sucked. Like, I didn't even finish it. I like had 3 cups of Energize before and it's still like all of this stuff. People are like, girl, me too. You know, you want your followers to say, me too. So if you're going through a funk right now, I feel like a lot of people are, talk about being in a funk because you're going to relate to everybody else that's in a funk. And your job is to not stay stuck in the struggle. So share, yes, you're in a funk and this is why, but this is what you're going to do about it. And that's how you relate and then become inspiring. I got sidetracked. So when you don't want to post, I post what you really are feeling that day. That's totally fine. You can go off of the plan, but also have that saved Instagram collection of other posts that you really like of other people's. So for me, sometimes I actually save my own posts if they do really well and they're from a long time ago, because I would literally go back in and copy and paste it. Another way that you can do that with your own posts on Instagram is if you click, and this is only for business accounts, which anyone can have a business account, but if you go to your homepage and then click on the top 3 bars in the upper right and click on Insights, it defaults you to the content page. Now, if you click on posts, it'll say see all. You can click on that and you can filter. So right now you can filter based on all of your posts, photo posts, video posts, carousel posts, which is where you swipe. So let's just say all within the past, let's say 3 months. And it does better by the number of people that actually commented on it. You can filter by this. Comments, emails, engagement, follows, impressions, likes, profile visits, saves. So if you want to find all of the ones, like the highest one that most people saved, you can do that. So anyways, let's just say the one that got me the most likes. So these are all of my posts, and it even tells you this post got 216 likes. This is 176. This is 163. And I don't know if you guys can tell, these top 4, these are before and afters, and this is like a reality versus Instagram. What that's telling me personally is that my followers love the comparison game. They love the before and afters. They find that motivating, or they love like the reality versus Instagram. The other ones, this is me fishing and outdoors. This is on a trip, so like outdoors with Deed actually. You know what I mean? So use this to either copy and paste, do the same post again. You can, I only searched for 3 months, but you can do up to 2 years. So go back and use the same photo if you want, or update the photo, but the same text. But also it's giving you insight on what your followers want. So if you're sitting here and you're confused on, I don't know what I want my brand to be, and I don't know what to post, your followers are telling you. They don't know it, and you don't know it right now, but go there and see what they like. And lastly, you can save posts from other people. So if you are super inspired by a post of mine, save it. I'll say copy and paste it, but tweak it. Copy, paste, tweak. Because for 2 reasons. 1, I don't sound exactly like you. And I guarantee it's going to get less engagement if you just copy and paste, because it doesn't sound like you. And even if it sounds similar to you, it's not just like you, and your followers can tell. I've done it because it's just so easy to copy and paste. And it's like the most inspiring thing, and I'll copy it, like the best quote or whatever, I'll paste it, and it's like, it gets mediocre results because it didn't come from my heart. So tweak it to make it sound like you. And keep doing. I have a whole bunch of coaches, but all their lifestyle people and all of that I have saved, so that on that Transformation Tuesday that you do not want to do anything cheery or happy or positive, go there and use that at least to get ideas of what you can post. Okay, any questions on that stuff before going into the photos and lighting and all of that stuff? Coley has recycled good posts and used others as a guideline. Good. There's this one girl I follow, Love Sweat Fitness is the Instagram name. And I got an idea from her. Almost every post, at least back when I was really following her, she starts off with a question and then she goes into like what her day was like or her journey or something. I'm like, that's really smart, because if you add a question at the end, you're banking on people clicking see more and getting to your question and then answering. So now anytime I do a question, it's first thing, and then I go into what I would say. Okay, so that was a lot. Take time, you guys, please promise me that you take time to do this and write down all of those different ideas, and then just pencil them in, pop them in your calendar. And I would even say have it visually, whether you create it on PicMonkey for free, or if you have, I got this whiteboard once from Target. It was like $5, and it's just columns of each day of the week. I used to write what I was going to post in there that day. So that way you're actually doing it. Another thing to save time, create all of these posts the same day. Again, like on a Sunday, plan it, and whichever ones you feel like, ooh, I can totally talk about that right now, create it and just save it so that when you are busy on that Thursday morning, you don't have to worry about it. You already have it saved. You just need to post it. Okay. So those are my posting and content tips. Just a couple extra things, you guys, for just to keep in mind to have a good appearance on social media. Good lighting. Okay, but I don't want you guys to say my lighting sucks in my house, because I've been there. My house now is pretty good. It's good until like 3 o'clock, and then it gets like kind of yellowy. I don't know where the sun is at that time. But it gets pretty yellow, and in my old apartment it was always yellow, sometimes a bit red. So you don't need good lighting in your house and like clean walls and whatnot. There are apps that you can do, but you just need to make sure on your phone you can actually turn up the brightness, and just make sure that it's in a place in your house that has good lighting. For instance, right now I'm in a hotel room. I look really creepy because the back is totally dark. It's like the weirdest lighting ever in any hotel room in here. And I did my workout in this room. It's kind of a big room, but it looks really, the lighting in here is really bad. So I went and did my workout clips afterwards that I was going to post to my stories in the bedroom, just because there's a huge window with tons of light coming in. And so I recorded it in there. So just be conscious of it. And the way you'll be conscious of it, literally have your phone on in camera mode and just do this and walk around your house being like, ooh, there's lighting coming from here, that looks better, or this looks better, or even angles like up high or down low, things like that. Okay, so good lighting. My favorite apps, though, like I said, I've not always had a good lighting house, but there is an app that I use called Darkroom, and it's free, but there is a feature in there that is so easy to use. I did pay extra for it. I think it was a one-time fee of like $2.99 maybe, but all you do is, I should connect my phone. There's 3 circles right here, and it pops up the colors right here. I just tap on yellow, drag it down, and it completely changes the picture, removes the yellow from the pictures. And that's all I do in that app. That's it. And it's so worth it, because then I don't have to worry about changing anything else. In Instagram too, though, there is a feature where you can instead of choosing one of the pre-filters that they have for you, you can click on edit at the bottom. And when you click on edit, I'm just doing it here for you, things pop up at the bottom that says adjust brightness, contrast, structure, warmth, and saturation. There's more, but what I do for every filter of mine, because I don't create in Lightroom or anything, I amp up the brightness. So again, if you have a dark house, totally cool, you can still do this. I amp up the brightness. I go to warmth and decrease it, because that's going to remove yellows and greens, and it makes it a little bit cooler. It'll highlight more blues that are in your picture and just make it look more crisp. But sometimes that washes out my face. I look like a ghost. Like the background looks nice, but I look like a ghost. And so saturation, I add more to it, and adding more puts the yellow back in my face, or it makes the leaves more green, something like that. That's what it sounds like it might be a lot, but it literally, I do brightness, warmth, saturation, done. So that's what I do for lighting personally. Also, do the same filter. Whatever you choose to do, make sure it's the same, even if it's the opposite of what I do or another page that you like. As long as it's the same, your page is going to look really cohesive, and that's all that matters. Another tip for posting in photos in general is, when you look at your Instagram feed, you want different angles and different sizes. Some of us are used to just taking selfies, and when you go to a page, it's like selfie, 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 selfie. I've even seen somebody, if they have like, it must be all the same green colored shirt, and it's like selfie green shirt, selfie green shirt, like it looks like the same picture. It's not, because the text is like day 2, day 6, and I'm like, you could have taken all the pictures on the same day. So you want different angles. You want up close. You want far away. I'm going to shout out Gretchen's page at Coach Greta Piper. she does this really well, and she's very aware of it. Before she even posts, she looks and like, okay, last two were like a half body and then a full body. So today I'm going to do up close. So go look at her page and you'll see like, it's just so much more appealing than all the same picture. I don't really like up close pictures. And so a lot of mine are either half body or full body, but it's always different. It's not like all full length. Another thing I really wanted to, last night was my coach anniversary for 6 years. And I wanted to do a picture of me from the cruise where my hands were up and I was like all pretty and happy. But when I would do that, the picture underneath, I was sitting down, like my most recent picture that I did, I was sitting down like this, talking about how great fall was. And I was like, that doesn't look good because two posts on top of each other, my hands are up, so just being more aware of that. Now this, you guys, is advanced. I just want you to post and share your journey and all of that. But once you're ready to start digging into your appearance and the brand that you want to create, just keep in mind that you should have different types of different looking posts. Another thing, last thing for you guys is prop up your phone. I still remember when I signed up, I was like, Raina, your husband is amazing. He takes so many great pictures of you. And she was like, girl, I take all of my own pictures. And I was like, how? Like, she had pictures of her meal prepping. And like, I thought as a new coach that like, if I were to take a picture, I had to be holding it. So I was like, how can you meal prep and shop with your phone up here? You know what I mean? And that's not it at all. And you don't even need a tripod. There are tripods on Amazon. I have a tripod and I almost never use it. What I use, you guys, are water bottles. And I prop it up. And then if that's too small, guess what I do? I close my water bottle. I put my phone on top. And then I find something taller behind it. Oh, I can't move that apparently. Behind it, and then I prop it up. If that's, you know what I mean? So I just like am super creative. I can take a picture on anything, on rocks, when I'm outside, even in my hotel room. I was like, I need it over here so that I can do it. And so I just angled it differently. I put it on the top of my dresser in the bedroom over there. And then when I was doing abs, I just lowered it to the floor. So make sure that you just get creative and don't pigeonhole yourself to thinking like, ooh, I have to be taking a selfie all of the time, or I don't have any good angles in my house. You do. I promise. Pull out a chair from your kitchen, put it in your living room, prop some books up on it, and then put a water bottle behind it. I do it literally, almost all of my pictures are like that. If you have someone that can take your picture, awesome, because they do say that the camera from this side, so like taking a picture of somebody, is higher quality than a selfie mode. So if you want, you can even take pictures, same thing, prop it up this way. The only thing is obviously you can't see yourself. So I'm like, I would spend more time guessing on where I am than actually taking the picture. So that's what I've got for you guys. I see some things going on in the chat. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Yes, the Planner app. Oh, Plan or Planoly is another great app. They're both free for you. And that's what it does, is you upload your pictures. And so how I look at my brand pictures are, I think about what picture I want to post, and then I upload it. You upload it to see what it would look like. And it links with your Instagram, so you can see if you posted this next, this is what it would look like. So it doesn't actually post it for you, but you get to see how it will look visually. I'm using doorknob to take pictures. Nice. I've heard that the best lighting in anybody's house is from the refrigerator. It's like the lighting that comes from that is the best. So you can literally prop open your fridge, find one of the shelves, and if you have a tripod, you can get creative on links too, but just, yeah, take selfie or whatever from in there. Marissa got a crazily cheap stand. Yep. Take videos and screenshot it. That's a great one, Coley. That's what I do for any post that you see of my workout pictures. Usually, and even last night, I jumped on the bed because I feel like you have to when you have a king bed. And so I was jumping on the bed and I just did a video, and then you just pause it and then you swipe to see like what you want and screenshot it and then crop out everything else. So almost all of my workout posts are like that. Did you guys find this helpful? Awesome. It's a lot. And like I said in the beginning, we just want you guys to start posting. We just want you to feel confident in sharing your journey. I went over a lot of nitty-gritty stuff because, again, I want you guys to build lifestyle brands, and it does matter on social media what your lighting is like and what types of pictures that you take. But that should not stop you from posting in general. So get those posts out there, get enough out there so that you can go into your insights and see what your followers like, and then you can grow from there. What app do I use for weighing in? Yeah, so every day I do my morning weigh-in, and it's a scale and an app from Renpho. I'll type it out. It's Renpho. I have a link to it on Amazon if you want. I got it when it was like $23. Now I checked recently, it's $32, which is pretty cheap for a scale because it gives you, I mean, this isn't a call-on scale, but it's Renpho. What else, you guys? That's another tip, though, now that you bring that up, for posting in your stories. We just talked about your feed for today. In your stories, my best tip is to create a routine that works for you. For me, I try and do my morning routine. So first, every day, I even brought my scale with me to Phoenix. Every day I weigh in and I post my weight. I do that because I'm following To Be Mindset and I have a healthy relationship with my scale, but you don't need to do that. I do that, and then I drink my hot water with lemon, and then, or magnesium, and then I do my energize, like cheersing, and or I'll post my planner for the day, and then I'll do 3 workout clips. And lately I've also been adding an outfit of the day because I've started to decide that I should probably get dressed every day instead of staying in my workout clothes. So, and that's what I do. Everything else, oh, and since doing the cleanse, I'm like, I should probably post my breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but that's just new. So 8 things that, like, whatever happens the rest of the day, I'll post about it, but I don't know what's going to happen. So I don't know, and I don't care. But at least if someone comes to my page, I have 7 things that they're going to see every single day. People crave a routine because they don't have one. So they want to see Coley is doing, oh my gosh, she's doing this every day, or Beth is doing this every day. And don't overcomplicate it, you guys. Those of you that work full time, do an outfit of the day every day. I would truly love to see what you're wearing. Workouts is an easy one. Your morning cup of coffee, you can just like cheers with your coffee every morning. You could stir your energize. Like, and those 7, by the way, are none of me talking to the camera. You do have to talk, like, your followers need to hear you and see you to build a connection with them. But if that's what's stopping you, my first 7 are none of me talking. So, but create a routine that works for you. If you have dogs, maybe it's that you feed your dogs put your camera like this, put the bowls, and then the dogs are going to run to the bowl. Like, it doesn't have to be anything crazy or fitness or nutrition related, but something you do every day. Are we having a talk about posting on stories? That's what I've been focusing on lately, but trying to find a routine for it. We could. Have you ever made a calendar of what topics you'd like? No. But I find that I do my 7 things, right? So Hannah said that. So Hannah, I challenge you to think, what type of routine do you want? Because I always thought I had a routine until I did this. Now it's like, the only thing routine about my morning is that I wake up early. That's it. And so I was like, how do I want my mornings to look? And then I just started to craft it and document it. So I would say, first and foremost, create your routine. If you don't like it, switch it. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't need to be perfect. But I found that after that 7, I just kind of wing it the rest of the day. And I found that I don't talk about my challenge groups or coaching enough. So the one thing I do plan for my stories is what I'm going to talk about in my stories. So now, since I'm about to be at the leadership retreat, I have penciled in that every day I'm going to talk about coaching. Sometimes I'll say the actual topic. So I'll say, like, today, talk about the freedom to fly out a day early and enjoy Phoenix before going to Scottsdale. Tomorrow, I'll talk about the tribe because I'm going to be meeting up with some girls on our team and the community part of coaching. So you could go a little bit more in depth, but yeah, otherwise, I think it's really just life. People watch stories now to just see what you're up to. So I don't think it should be scripted as a post would. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I was just wondering because I think there was some page, it was one of the units, it had a calendar, and like say Monday, you kind of talk about energize in like a different way, you kind of say like, this is my go-go juice. The next day would be like accountability and then flexibility of the schedules and stuff. I think I agree with you more though, because I started doing that, but then I kind of realized like I'm not really talking about life at all. I'm just talking about working out and all these supplements and stuff. So
Yes.
it's hard to balance talking about that and also showing people that you have a life too.
Honestly, I would make it mostly life. And
Yeah.
then at night, when you get home or whatever your schedule is, maybe in the morning, mention something like, I do like Tasty Tuesday. Maybe every Tuesday you scroll through, you can do a screen recording on your phone. And if you don't have the right phone to do that, you can actually turn your phone around and open up your challenge group on the app or on your computer and just record going through on like everyone sharing their Tasty Tuesday recipe and say like, I love my accountability group because I get recipes every single Tuesday from them. Maybe add in a poll like, do you like to cook? Yes or no? That sort of thing. So I do like that. Again, I wouldn't remember to do that unless I had it planned out. So I do like the idea to plan it. Another thing that I do to showcase my accountability group that's not salesy or selling is we have on Fridays, we wear black, where we have tank tops made for it. And if people don't have the tank top, they just wear black every Friday. And so again, I do the screen recording. I just say, I freaking love my squad and just show everybody. And then I do the hashtag on Fridays, we wear black. So it doesn't need to be salesy or anything like that, but just showing like that you're checking in and that you have a community, especially if community is one thing that brought you here. If
Mhm.
you like the community part, you have to show the community part because that's who you're attracting. So
Mhm.
yeah, you can totally use those ideas, but I would just throw it in there like at the end of the day.
Yeah, I
Energize
like that.
daily. Shakeology, I'm really bad at sharing that daily, but daily, you
Yeah.
know. Chloe says, same. After my morning routine, I wing it for the rest of the day. Yeah. Cool. Any other questions? I mean, other tips for stories? I actually want you guys all to go watch Brie Holland. Don't follow her necessarily because that means that your followers will see that you followed her. But she is at Blushing Confidence. Love her stories. I don't know why. Her and Nicole Faulkner. Nicole is frugal.fit.mom. Both of them, I just feel like I'm in the living room with them and they're talking directly to me. They do a really good job at sharing they're not on their phones all the time, but just sharing, what they're up to in their day-to-day life. So go check them out too. Brie has she does the same filter on her stories. It definitely takes much longer to do all of that. I don't do filters or anything on stories. I feel like people are watching for reality TV. They just want to know what you're up to. So I don't put much thought into it. Lately, I have been adding hashtags. When I add certain hashtags, like to my workouts, I do hashtag fitness motivation, and it gets me some days 0 new story watchers, but other days 300 story watchers. So what I would say is if you're posting a meal, what I did is I typed in hashtag food just to see what would pop up. And the first one that popped up was food porn. So I did that and I just swipe it off the screen. You can keep swiping over, and then it's off the screen. So no one ever really sees it unless I want them to, but it's just a way to get extra views. You can't see who it is that's looking at it, but at least people are looking at your stuff. It's a good question. I don't know if I get more story watchers as a business profile. I would say, though, become a business profile. Partially, I mean, to own the fact that you are a business. And if you want, you can even put the business as personal blog. So that way it looks more like you're just sharing your lifestyle if you're nervous about putting like entrepreneur or something. But that way you get the insights, you get quick replies so that when you do look at who's watching your story, I have a quick reply that's called story. And so I just type in story and it pops up saying, hey, I saw you peeping my story. Thanks so much. Are you also on a fitness or nutrition, or are you also working on any fitness or nutrition goals? So much easier. And you won't get blocked sending a quick reply versus copying and pasting the same message over and over.
So maybe it was the type of business profile I changed, but I did it like 2 weeks ago. And when I did it, the next day, it took away that feature to allow me to, whenever I post a story, it would also post on Facebook. It took that away whenever I switched to business.
Yep. So what that's doing is it's when you create when you link it as a business, I think it automatically does it. But if not, it's directing to a Facebook business page. So I have a Facebook business page and my stories go there, which sucks because I don't use it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's important to you to post on Facebook stories, which I think I need to get much better at because people are over there too watching. So what I've been doing, I just save it and then I upload it. And Facebook, as of recently, you can upload multiple at a time. So since it's just kind of like a last minute thing for me on Facebook, I don't do like anything special. I literally just like, I click on select multiple and I upload like 10 at a time. Like, bam, that was my morning routine. And then I move on.
Okay, yeah, I just wanted to double check.
Yeah. Good question though. Cool. Anything else? I'm trying to think if I have anything for stories. I don't think so. All right, guys, I want to see your plans, whether you do it for a week or a month. Yes, thank you. I'm going to have to take a pic. I want to see your plans. So whenever you have time, either today or at the end of this week or Sunday even, plan it out, plan out your list. I want to see what you're going to be posting for the week. Again, be open to change. It's lifestyle, right? So if something goes crazy, talk about the craziness. But I hope that this helps you know that you can create this and you should be creating this as a business every single month. But let's do a picture and then I'll let you guys go. Thank you for the reminder. Okay. Ready? 3, 2, 1. And I do have one more tip, you guys. Whenever you see on Instagram new things rolling out, like a new Instagram story filter or, quizzes now or music features or anything like that, use it. Instagram rewards those that are using what they put out there. IGTV, use it. Even if it's an IGTV on how you put on fake lashes. I still have fake lashes and I'm so scared to put them on because I'm like, I might feel like I'm going to glue my eyeballs shut. So it doesn't have to be fitness or nutrition, but use the things that Instagram is putting out there for you. Okay, I'll tag Coley and I'll tag Hannah. Awesome. Thank you so much, you guys. Have a wonderful rest of your day.